From co-parenting problems to rehab, our Teen Mom 2 stars are going through it right now.
Can you do me a favor and pull that camera down? Hurry up.
In this week's episode, Kail and Javi get into it over a jacket, and Jade starts to really see how Sean's been doing in rehab. Plus all the drama with Lewis and Bree, Ashley and Bar's big move, and Leah's real estate exam. Let's get into this week's episode. I'm Anna Rumor, and this is Pop Culture Social Call. Let's get started with Kail and Javi. These two are a real roller coaster.
And before this fight, he asked me, he's like, why are we not getting back together?
They're so back and forth, I can never tell if they're meeting up in a Wawa parking lot or if they hate each other. And this week it was somewhere in between. Javi and Kail got into a huge fight at Lincoln's football practice because it's cold out and he's not wearing a jacket. Javi's mad at Kail for not bringing him a jacket. Kail said she's teaching him natural consequences after he didn't bring one when she reminded him to. I don't have kids, I don't know jacket procedure, but it's clear these two are not on the same page when it comes to parenting. Kail's like, what do I expect? His mom still does his laundry for him at 29, which, ooh. But Javi says he's gonna always back up his kid with a jacket or whatever, regardless of the natural consequences. Was it just me, or did even their little sit-down feel a little flirty? Even though they were arguing, Kail said Javi had just asked why they hadn't gotten back together, so And she admitted she still loves how hands-on he is with their son. What if these two did get back together? I mean, I don't know if that's the best idea, but it would make for an interesting season. Speaking of interesting, Brianna had quite the interesting exchange with Lewis's parents this week. After he totally bailed on Stella's heart appointment, Bri decided she wanted to reach out to his mom to be like, hey, your son isn't there for his daughter and neither are you as her grandparents. I didn't expect there to be a great response there, but Lewis's mom did apologize for not being there for Stella, although she didn't know she had heart issues to begin with. She also said that Lewis tells her he calls Bri all the time and she never responds. Bri was so heated she had to take a break, but when she did call Lewis's dad back, she was able to explain that is a total lie. She said if Lewis doesn't want to be a dad, that's fine, just tell her that so she can take his name off the birth certificate, revoke his rights, and move on without him being such an obstacle. It was emotional. I don't know what lies next for these two, but it's gotta be better than that. Things are looking up for some of our teen moms, don't worry. Jade's feeling way more connected with Sean after seeing how healthy he looks in rehab, and Chloe is so thrilled to see him. It's a sweet moment. I'm glad they got to spend some time together before Sean recommits to the extra 30 days. Ashley and Bar are also chugging right along. Bar got a new job, they started therapy, Ashley's salon's about to open up. The only sticking point is their landlord is selling their house. While they were able to find a new place relatively easily, moving's always a pain, especially with Holly having to switch schools. Ashley's also thinking about getting the COVID vaccine because she's going to be in client's face day in and day out, but her mom is not on board for that. That's going to be a little awkward moving forward. And finally, we come to Leah, who was stressing hardcore about her real estate exam to the point she was like Black China style cut the cameras. Well, after all that stressing, it was kind of for nothing because it turns out her testing center was having system problems, so she didn't even take it. Honestly, if it was me, I'd be like, no, break out the number 2 pencils. We are doing this elementary school style. I didn't study for nothing. I guess you'll have to reschedule and we'll see what happens. Let me know what you thought of this week's episode in the comments and like and subscribe while you're there. Then head over to popculture.com for more entertainment news. Until next time, I'm Anna Rumor and this is Pop Culture Social Call.